So I don't recommend doing this at home. We're going to interconnect and make a solar pede thing. Yeah, and you need the monster to go with it. So Blue Yeti, or however you want to say the name, Bluetti or Yeti or whatever it is. I mean, if I screw up the name, just deal with it.
It's called Bluetti. It's called Bluetti.
See, you can't even pronounce it.
It's called a Bluetti.
Bluetti, okay.
Yeah.
It's like a blue tiller. They sent us this little portable power storage thing that you can, you know, charge through solar or through wall plug, whatever it may be. And yeah, I do have a little weakness for these things because I've had one since probably the past couple of years by EcoFlow, and I really love that thing. And it's kind of awesome that you can have a portable power and just, you know, you need something out in the backyard, you got to run it temporarily. Instead of dragging out an extension cord, you go grab this. Well, I wanted to compare it to a few others that I have received that probably didn't do so well. So, yeah, you remember, did the video on the EcoFlow. Love this thing, tons of different features, and they've been doing some great firmware updates, which is kind of cool. It updates over Wi-Fi. Yeah, this one doesn't have that, but this one's a little bit bigger. Then there's this other one, and I want to say the company name is Oopes, or as we call it, just Oops, because there's a lot of oops. And it's not the greatest thing. Then there's Lie Power. Now, you're lying about the power you got going on. This one was not that great. So then there was even, yeah, it gets better.
But wait, there's more.
The bigger brother of another oops. And this one's even a bigger oops. And when I say a bigger oops, the power supply nearly catches fire. So, yeah, so hot that you cannot put your hand on it once it started charging. And that's plastic, and that's not so good. Pretty decent little product so far. And, well, let's go run it through a few of the paces and see what happens. So the biggest panel I have is this Mango Power. I think it's supposed to be a 200 watt panel, so we'll see what we can get out of it. It's a fairly large panel. It's got 4 big sections on it. Pretty nice little panel. So I've just used the little connector cable that they sent with the Blue Yeti and plug it in the front and see what happens. And we just had a cloud come and block the sun. Perfect. So glad that the sun can be helpful. So let's see what we get. We are getting nothing. It blinks and then goes off. Well, that's interesting. I don't know. We'll give it a shot again once maybe the sun. Oh, there we go. It's starting to cooperate. With a little bit better sunlight and middle of the day. I think I've seen about as high as about 152, and that's probably about the efficiency of this supposed 200 watt panel. You helping my panel out, buddy? Come see Double Yellow. You can be in the video? Help me out? That's great. You just come for your pets? Found this cord. I think it came actually with this unit. So I guess we're using it kind of backwards. But yeah, this is that Oops or whatever, the smaller one. But it does say it has 12 volt 10 amp output. And then of course on the Blue Yeti it says 12 volt 8.5 amps. So we're definitely more over here, which is good, so we'll support that. And I can see it's showing 110 output watts. And over here We're getting right at 100 watts of input, and you got fun PWM LEDs. You can see them in the camera. But so I'm guessing this only charges at 12 volts at 100 watts input. I would really have liked to have seen them include this cable inside the box. I think on the website you do have to pay like another 20 bucks for this cable. The other thing I really didn't like on the wireless charging part is I left this on accidentally all night. And I guess that's due to the, it doesn't really know, but well, I guess it should based off of the amperage, nothing coming out of the unit. So it kept itself on all night because I went to go pick it up to mess around with it again this morning, and it was warm on top, and I looked and the light for the DC was on. So if you don't use the DC, definitely shut that puppy off. Otherwise, it's going to just burn down the battery. I know it pulled down like, I don't know, 20% or so, just, trying to wireless charge overnight. So I don't recommend doing this at home. We're going to interconnect and make a Battery-Pede thing. Yeah, and you need the monster to go with it. So let's fire up the Oops big guy. So we got 12 volt DC coming out of here and feeding this live power. Didn't like this guy too much. You can see there's no display, there's no input, output, etc. It's pretty much a dumb box. It takes forever to charge too. So pulling out 95 watts out of this guy with 3 or 4, I don't know. So then we got AC coming out. Let's turn the AC on. I think you hold down. Yeah, AC out. And I think this was the power supply that got smoking hot on me, like scary hot. Like I couldn't hardly even pick it up. So we got all these fans kicking on now. So then we're charging from here to here through AC and then going back to 100 watts or so on the input on the side. Then we'll turn on the 12 volt output. And the red light coming out. We're going to charge the Bluetti. See what we get over here. So we're getting 85. Oh, there's 100 watts. And then we'll turn on the AC power. And I'm curious to see, this guy charges stupid fast on AC power. Love this thing. Let's see what it does and get both of them in the shot. Echo flow, are you still doing it right? I mean, let's see if we get the 600 and max out the Bluetti. Oh! We overloaded on the Bluetti. I think there's a way you can do in the app on the Echo Flow and tell it to limit the AC charging. Alright, so we kicked on the slow charging from AC. And it just limits the AC charging. You're not pulling that 600 watts from something that may not support it. It's supposed to give you better battery life per se. I guess that makes sense, charging at a slower rate. Pretty cool that you can plug all this up together and waste a lot of electricity, right? Because we're just dumping straight heat from charging the box to the box to the box to the box. So we got a 350 watt load and it's 9:32. And it's 10:18. Light just went out and we're sitting at 0%. So that was like 9:32 to 10:18 on about a 330 to 350 watt load. Maybe we'll try some math stuff at that to see if that worked out. So we're still dead, but at 11:12 on AC power, let's plug it in. We do have a power monitoring plug just to see what the actual wattage it does pull and how long, since it would give us a chart as well to see if the wattage ramps up or ramps down during the charging. So we're at 0%, and looks like max we're 265 and the display keeps going off, and we'll see what we max out at. Maybe it'll get a little quicker, but still showing it'll be charged in an hour. Not too bad. So I had to check the log on the power monitoring plug. It got to 99%, and I did notice there's a temp warning. So is that why it's not 100? Not too sure. We'll see if we can get it to 100, maybe after it cools down. But we're in a room that's probably 71 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's got plenty of ventilation on either side. Nothing's blocking the vents, so not sure why it overheated. That's weird. Really, this is like one of the perfect environments that you wouldn't have when you're camping or something. You'd have this outside and a lot more heat, etc. So, and as always, appreciate you watching all this nonsense, because we definitely get into all kind of weird stuff and trying to do different things. And yeah, there's some other different battery packs or solar panels maybe we want to dig into. Well, definitely shoot us a comment down below. And I do appreciate all the Patreon subscribers, YouTube members, and...
It's a trunk.
Where's the engine?
Where's the engine?
It's in the back.
Where?
Here,
Show us. In the back? Huh? Where's it at? Where?
Oh,
Where's it? Where's the motor?
What do you think? Oh.
that's what it is.
Where?
Over there.
Yeah, just find the gas cap and you trace that back to the motor.
Wait! Don't start ripping on stuff I ain't paying for it.
Push.
Push it.
Push. Push the right side.
Push the right side.
What's that?
What is that?
It's like a fuel thing.
A fuel thing?
It charges.
Oh. So you think it's an electric truck?
It is.
Please don't break anything.
Let's go for a ride in the Tesla.
Tesla?
You ever
Where?
been in a Tesla?
No. It's on this whole thing.
Now you made his day.
Oh, I hear it. Yeah.
That's the best part?
In the windows, not.
Best part. Yeah, do you want a farting car?
Yeah. I want a farting car.
Hey, buckle up, dude.
We're gonna take this thing on a stroll.
Stroll, yep.
I don't know about the driver and this